For the best gameplay capture there is, pick up an Elgato today. Links are in the description. Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here. Welcome to another episode of the Dortmund Career Mode, and welcome to a special episode, guys. This is just going to be a transfer special. That is all. We are on January the 1st, and as for you that maybe don't have too much of an idea of how it works in German football or in the Bundesliga, when January rolls around, they like to take a bit of a break for the holiday season. So pretty much what this means is we have got almost like a month's break. Our last game was late in December, as you can see on like the 26th against Hertha, which we were thankfully able to win 4-1. And now our next game is again not until the 26th, the very next month. So a huge break here that will allow us to focus on transfers. And we're going to get stuck into it, really. I mean, I've got not a ridiculous amount of cash, not as much as what I have with Chelsea, but I still feel like I can sign a couple of players, maybe a pre-contract player here or there, and we'll see what happens, really. But basically, if you haven't had a look at my shortlist, once again, if you need a refresher, that is who I'm working with, or there are a few names that I've got I'm thinking about maybe picking up, but I'm not going to get every one of them. I mean, I couldn't if I wanted to anyway. But before we get into this episode though, guys, I'll let you all know the player at the end of the previous episode was indeed Mario Goretzka. So if you got him correct, congrats. Here are a few people that did get him right. And once again, we're going to have another one of those guess the players at the end of this episode. In terms of players that I've got like transfer listed and loan listed, really I just have the one. And the only player is Adrien Ramos, who's 32, 75, probably going to retire next year. I mean, it's quite likely. And I'd rather get something for him now than just let him go and get nothing for him. And the fact is as well, like everyone else, I don't have a super amount of players in my team right now anyway. Everyone that I've got loaned away is loaned away. As you can see, like everyone that I actually want loaned away. I would loan away Ryman, my third goalkeeper, but off of what happened a few episodes ago where we lost our only two goalkeepers in the space of a week through injury. Just in case that would happen again, I pretty much have to hang on to him. So really, the only player I'm looking to offload in this transfer window is going to be Ramos. And, you know, if it happens, it happens. If not, then whatever. But really, you can see the transfer budget that we have. 30 million, 200 grand, is worth of remaining wage as well. So I kind of feel like I'm a little limited in what I can do, but I'm still going to try my best and still go for a couple of plays here and there. And the first thing I think I'm going to try to do for this episode, the first piece of transfer business I'm going to take care of, is I'm going to try to sign two players, or at least throw offers down on two players that are in the last year of their contract. I'm not going to try to get them on a pre-contract. I want to try to get them now if possible. Goretzka is one, and the other one is Kingsley Coman. Now, I kind of think I'll take either or, whoever really selects it, because I think I would take Goretzka or Kingsley Coman. Out of the two of them, I don't really have a favourite. They're both two players I would love to bring in, both in their last year of their contract, so we'll see how things go. And really, I'm just going to get it started right now by approaching Goretzka, 6'2", very well-rounded stats. As you can see, he's worth a little over 40 mil in the last year of his contract. I could get him from between 50 to 28 mil. The fact that he's a crucial first-team player maybe makes me think it might not happen, but you know, it's worth a shout anyway. So I'm going to go for 20 million to just get the ball rolling. Don't feel super confident about that. But hey, stranger things have happened. And you know what I might even do? I might just lowball them just continuously throughout this transfer window. And maybe eventually force the transfer. Like, if you don't agree with 20, maybe 22, maybe 24, maybe 26. And I don't know. We'll just keep doing that unless maybe, I don't know, it could happen. I think I've definitely seen cases where if you just keep giving transfer offers, eventually they'll accept one. And now for Kingsley Coman. This guy is a left winger that can play on the right wing as well. So the reason I want to get him in is because that way, if something were to happen to Royce or to Dembele or whatever, or maybe I wanted to play either of those two in a different position, I could play Kingsley Coman on either the left or the right. 85 rated with tremendous stats and looking like a fantastic winger. He's got 99 acceleration and pace too, which is just a little bonus, if you will. But anyway, what are we going to have to pay to get him? Between 15 and 30. And he's not a crucial first-team player like Goretzka is, but he is an important first-team player. Maybe will make it a little bit more likely that we'll get him. But again, I'm going to do the exact same thing. 20 million for Kingsley Coman. I'm not really sure if either of those two are going to be accepted, but if they don't, I think I'm going to do what I said before. Increase it by 2 million, maybe 3 million or whatever, every single time. Unless, you know, I get the counter offer that says, no, we're just not going to accept anything anywhere close to that. In which case, then it might get a bit more difficult. There's also the whole possibility that we might get a transfer offer for one of the players that I am not really super keen on selling, but maybe it's going to be so good an offer that we'll actually get this huge, ridiculous influx of cash and maybe we can go a little bit crazy in this transfer window, I'd be up for it, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm finally going to get the ball rolling, advancing ahead. Marcel Schmelzer, a future at Dortmund. Maybe there's going to be a forced transfer here. They've both been rejected. Both Schalke and Juve have both turned us down. That's no good. And we've got a left back, or a left back, that's right, who I haven't really been playing at all, and apparently he would like to go, or potentially get a loan. And I've got this weird thing about loaning away players that are just like really have hit their peak anyway, or at least in FIFA. If you're not going to grow any higher, I don't know what the point in loaning you is. I may as well sell you or whatever, but still. Kingsley Coman now. I'm going to bump it up. I'm going to do the exact same thing with Goretzka. Up by 2 million every single time. And I'm literally just going to keep on doing that unless they're asking for something that's way more than what I can afford. So I don't know. I've only got the 30 million to work with, so I'm trying to make something happen. And 22 million for Goretzka or Goretzka? I've been calling him Goretzka this whole time. I think I'm just going to keep on going. I don't know. I kind of have a weird feeling that might be right. It might be the other one, but still. I'm just going to keep on bumping it up by 2 million every single time. And we have our first transfer offers. One's for Mark Bartra. Not a guy I'm super keen on selling, but might potentially be up to it depending on the offer. And Adrien Ramos, a player I am looking to sell. Crystal Palace are lowballing me. They're offering way less in his value. He's only 27 as well, so not as old as I thought. I would like to hang on to him, especially not for an offer like that. That's just embarrassing, Crystal Palace. Come on. And again, why do Crystal Palace keep going in for all my players? It's funny. Werder Bremen want Ramos. I'm going to try bump it up to 5. Hopefully that's not too much for them, but we will see. If we sell Ramos as well, that's freeing up about 70 grand worth of wage as well. And again, both offers once again rejected. You know what? I'm just going to keep on going with the plus 2 million increase this whole time until we eventually get a little bit of a, we get some progress, and then I'll update you. And look at this, Werder Bremen have accepted the $5 million offer for Adrien Ramos. It's a little over his value. He's 32 years of age, 75 rated, not really getting any games. I think we've even got 3 other strikers higher rated than him, so he's pretty much the only player that is really, I could consider dead wood in the team. So he's now gone, and everyone really that is in the team right now and in the squad is a player that I want to be here. So really, I'm very happy with the state of the team, although things could shake up a little bit if we get that huge offer. And I'm just going to pause it here for the moment, only because I recall seeing a comment on an episode before saying that you guys wanted me to take a look to see how Chelsea were doing. Obviously, this is not a brand new career mode that we've just started up. We have gone from Chelsea to Dortmund. Obviously, I built that sick team with Chelsea, and obviously you guys want to see how they're doing. So I'm going to take a look and see how they're doing in England, because I'm expecting the team that were the Invincibles last season should at least be competing. They're 5th. They are 5th? What? What have you done to my team? Who's taken it over? No idea. 20 games played, 10 wins, 5 draws, 5 losses. Already in 20 games, they've had 5 losses. That's a joke, man. They're 10 points off top spot, which is Liverpool, actually. Manchester United, Arsenal, City, Chelsea. That top 5 looks like it's in pretty decent order, except for the fact that Chelsea is nowhere near where it should be for the team that I built. Oh my God. Devastating stuff, man. Unbelievable. Is there still a chance I could run into them in the round of 16? Surely. Chelsea they have made it. Yeah, so Chelsea are in the round of 16 of the Champions League, and they're going up against Bayer Leverkusen. So, if Chelsea get past Leverkusen, and we get past Krasnodar, who I now realize I think are a Russian team, not a Turkish team. Whoops. Anyway, I seriously, I'm not even going to apologize. They're Krasnodar. I really do not know. But whatever. Chelsea, if they can get through into the quarterfinals, then there's a chance we could get paired up with them. And that would be insane. Imagine if that happened. Anyway, though, still advancing and still waiting to hear back. Or a player sold, obviously. I'm assuming that's Adrien Ramos. And again, we just keep getting rejected. I've only got the 30, now 35 million to work with, but not getting anywhere with these clubs. I'm now going to go up to 30 million for Kingsley Coman and 30 million for Leon Goretzka. That is pretty much the most amount, like that's pretty much what I can. I'm now going to go up to 30 million for Kingsley Coman and Leon Goretzka as well. We just keep getting rejected, shut out every single time by both of these clubs. Not even getting to like a unacceptable or sort of like some sort of a counter offer. Nothing. We just keep getting shut down. If this keeps on going for another offer or two, then I'm probably going to I just won't have enough money to sign either of these players, even in the last year of their contract. Well, we finally have a little bit of progress. Not for Kingsley Coman, who again we've been shut down by Juventus for, but Schalke wants 71 million for Leon Goretzka. Why do I even bother? If you're going to... I should just get him for free and wait for 6 months. Is that what you fucking want, you absolute plebs? The problem is, though, there is a player that I do want to get on a pre-contract but it's not Goretzka or Kingsley Coman. I would much rather get somebody else. The player I do want to get on a pre-contract is Robert Lewandowski. I want to bring this man back to Dortmund. We've already had Goretzka come back. I want to get Lewandowski back as well. And hell, I understand that he's 89 rated and 30 years of age, but I know that sometimes strikers don't drop off as quickly as other like mids and defenders and stuff like that. So what I wanted to do was get him back in, maybe play him out for a season or two if we do the second season, and then maybe sell him on while he's still worth a fair bit. Sell him, get a shitload of money for him for just like half a season or a season's worth of play, and then just have all this money and then again go and invest that elsewhere. That's what I wanted to do. So it's not just bringing him back, but getting the 70 odd million, whatever that he's worth as well along with it. And since, honestly, I just don't think we're getting anywhere with these deals with Coman, and especially not with Leon Goretzka, like, fucking no way, that I've been trying to sign him for, like, 30 million, and then they're countering with 71, and all I have is, like, the 30 million. No. I think I'm just going to have to go for Robert Lewandowski on a pre-contract. He only wants, as well, a $5,000 increase a week on his wage. And yes, I'm going to have to play around with my wage and with my transfer budget here, but I think that we can get him in. Let's do it. That should hopefully also leave me with enough cash to make another transfer that I'm sort of interested in making as well. But what are we going to get? France want me to be the international manager. I'm just going to really quickly shut that down. Plus, I think the US as well also wanted me to be their manager, but no, I'm literally just going to advance and wait to hear. Hopefully, Robert Lewandowski wants to come back with open arms. Let's have it. Pre-contract offer accepted. You beauty. So we're making a transfer, and it's going to be Robert Lewandowski. It only took, what, the 20th of January to make one of our own, or at least to bring someone in. We sold Ramos, and now we're getting another striker in. At the start of next season, Robert Lewandowski is back at Dortmund. So that's in the end going to leave us with 30 million worth or 33 million worth of a transfer budget, but like just under 50 grand worth of wage. So really, in the end, I think we've only got about 20 mil, maybe 25 mil, I would say, left to actually sign players with and not get anyone on a pre-contract. Or I could just do that thing and just get Coman and Goretzka on pre-contracts as well. The player that I wanted to get, if you guys are not aware, is actually Patrick Robinson. And you know what? I think I've just come up with a brilliant idea. Why didn't I think of this earlier? Patrick Robinson is actually loan listed. He was probably the standout superstar youth academy player that we got in our time at Chelsea. He's already gone up to a 76. Shot up. I gave him a little bit of drills, but I don't remember him being 70 or higher when we left. He may have potentially been 70 or something, but he's 76 and 18 with some pretty good looking stats already. Looks like a absolutely ridiculously good, promising young talent. And so I think I might actually do this. Something that I haven't done for a while. I'm going to approach to loan Patrick Robinson in. If he's loan listed as well, that should definitely help. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set a future fee. We're going to go, hell, even for a short loan since we're in January, I'm going to try to set a future fee of maybe, if he's 11.5, let's go for 14 million worth of a future fee. I want to see if I can set a future fee and loan him in for half the season, and then at the end of the season, when we've got all the money in for hopefully winning, the Champions League, all the cup games, and finishing top of the Bundesliga, when we get the prize money for all that coming in, we're going to have the money to be able to buy Patrick Robinson full time. So that is my plan. We're going to start with 14 mil for a future fee, short loan. We don't have the wage. Oh, for Christ's sake. Bloody hell. I had to adjust the wage bracket. Okay, we're good now. 14 million future fee. I'm just going to chuck in the 20% just to give myself every chance as well. And bang, let's go for it. Okay, we're advancing. Here we go. I want to hear good things. A loan offer from Chelsea. That, I think, is a good decision. Yeah, as a matter of fact, bang! He's coming and joining us. You normally get this email saying, oh, we'll get back to you. We feel the fee involved is fair. That may as well be, all right, fine, here, he's coming. Because every time you get that email, it means you're about to get him. You just have to wait a little longer, or in this case, just 1 day since we're so late in the transfer window. So bang, 14 million, and we're going to get Patrick Robinson in, who is hopefully going to be the next English superstar. I don't know, the next Lampard maybe, or if we're talking from Chelsea, who knows, man. But he's going to come in. We don't have to pay that 14 million until the end of the season. About 70 grand or so gets taken out of our wage, but it leaves us still with tons of cash. And honestly, I can now go in for both Coman, I think, and maybe also Goretzka, and get them on pre-contracts too. Well, actually, I can only get Goretzka on a pre-contract because I don't know how it took me this long to realize it, but Kingsley Coman is 22. And to the best of my knowledge, unless he has a birthday coming up in a week, I don't think I'll be able to get him. So, yeah. Leon Goretzka is going to be the only player we can get on a pre-contract because I don't think Gundogan, no, he's not. Mkhitaryan, he's not in the last year of his contract. And Mats Hummels, He's also, yeah. So the only player that we have that we can actually go on a pre-contract is going to be Leon Goretzka. But still, I'll take him. Sucks that we couldn't just buy him and own him in this transfer window. But we're going to get him hopefully at the start of next season. And look at his wage, man, as well. 56 grand when he's 85 rated and one of the best midfielders in the world. That is ridiculous. And what does he want? An 80 grand increase? Even that is a bit of a rip-off. I think he should be getting paid more than that. But I am not going to complain. 80 grand, bonus per goal. We won't bother with that. 5 years. Don't give him a squad role if he doesn't need one. Hell, he doesn't even have one at Schalke. So yeah, let's see if we can get this one last guy. And honestly, you know, now that I know I don't really have any more cash to actually buy players with in this transfer window, I could either go and look for more players to get on pre-contracts, or I could do what I did with Patrick Robinson and find players that are loan listed, pretty decently rated, could get up to a very high rating and just sign them in on future fees and pay them just later at the end of the season, which, if you guys don't know, when you start a brand new season, that cash replenishes. So this is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to go and take a look. Just, yeah, give me a second. I'm going to try to find some players that are loan listed, hopefully pretty highly rated, and hopefully could become superstars. And I don't know, maybe I might hopefully be able to try to find a few players. So I've taken a look through and I found a couple of guys that are loan listed that look like they maybe could be quite decent, although I didn't really find anyone that I think is going to be like a mid-70s rating like Patrick Robinson, if you know. So here's a couple of players. I found a nice goalkeeper, Oduero, who's currently with Juventus right there. You've got Cameron Carter-Vickers too, a guy that looks like he shot up. He's got nice tackling, which makes me think that he could be a pretty highly rated centre-back for his age anyway. A couple other players too. We got Arthur Yao Kouassi, who of course is a player that we all know because he was Drogba's regen, and we brought him to Chelsea. Maybe bring him to Dortmund. Who knows? I've already brought one bloody Chelsea player. And then there's Bradford Jameson the Fourth. What a name. Unbelievable. But yeah, he is... Yeah, well, man, what a name. He is actually a decent player that's, again, American, and he was pretty decently, had pretty good potential when he was at LA Galaxy. He's recently gone to Roma, so maybe something thinks that maybe he could have potentially glitched out and got into a pretty good rating, or his potential was quite good. He could be another one as well, but honestly, I'm not too sure. And besides, when I end this episode in a few days, or at least in the calendar, I'm still going to have like 5, 6, and a whole transfer deadline day to go through, so I could still make all of these signings, and I'd very much appreciate your input. And of course, we're also going to wait to see if Leon Goretzka accepts his pre-contract offer. We should hopefully be hearing from him straight away, and you better believe it, only 80 grand as well. We're getting an 85 rated player that is 23 years of age, the youngest age that you have to be available to be bought on a pre-contract, or to be, you know, to join a club on a pre-contract. And he signed for 80. This is way too good. It's so good. And we're still left with about just under 100 grand worth of wage and nearly 30 million worth of a transfer budget. Absolutely massive stuff right there. What a signing. And to think Schalke wanted him for 71.5 million or something. Mate, we'd offered you 30. At least then you would have got something for him. Now, you can get stuffed. And I think with that last signing, I'm quite happy. I think I'm pretty good with advancing to this game against... I don't even fucking know who was it, Frankfurt or... No, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea, but whatever. That is the game that we will play to start off the next episode, because I feel like I've been talking quite a fair bit. Obviously, it's a transfer special, and something I've never done before, considering I had so much space between games and so much time to focus on transfers. So that will be coming up, plus of course wrapping up the January transfer window. Again, I'm still keen to hear what you guys have to say, what you think I should do, and then of course in February we're getting right back into the swing of things with the Bundesliga as well. We've got the quarter final against Hertha Berlin in the Deutsche Pokal. We've also got the Champions League right there. It's going off. But yeah, I think we're pretty much done here. We made 2 great pre-contract signings. We've got Patrick Robinson on a loan that we're going to buy him on the future fee with. And yeah, I think we've done okay considering the cash that we had. Plus we got rid of Ramos. But just before we let you go, it is of course time for you to guess the current or former Dortmund player. And here is the player that you need to guess. If you know who he is off his career timeline, then leave his name in the comments down below. And if you get him correct, you may be featured in the next episode. And until that next episode, my name is MasterBucks. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good one.